Okay, we're just gonna get right into this. So we are going to be doing a vanilla Minecraft server with Forge or Fabric. It's pretty simple to do either or, so I will explain the step process for that one as well. We are doing Fabric, however, it's very simple for Forge, so I will explain what you would do for Forge. This is a vanilla server, but if you're going to be running a server to begin with, you should probably make it a Forge or Fabric server anyways, just for support mods and performance mods and all that. So you should do this anyways. So to start off, look up in your browser LinuxGSM Minecraft, and you'll get a little help page. So first we got to add a new user. So we do add user, and then I'm gonna do vanilla MC server, which is a little bit different than what the thing tells you, but name it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Okay. So now I need to add a new password, which give me 1 moment. So LinuxGSM does give you a password. I recommend taking that, adding a few words to it, and then just using that as your user password. So I'm going to do paste, retype, paste. I'm just going to enter for all this. Yes. So now we do switch SU, which is switch user, MC server. Password, paste. Now we're in it, which has jack shit in there. So now go on to the web browser where you have LinuxGSM Minecraft. Make sure you go to the install thing, and then there will be this little thing to copy and paste. Pretty simple. Just press enter, and then now we do this. And it's going to go through the whole shabil. We might be missing 1 or 2 packages, but it's not too hard to get. We will press continue. Yep, see that? Missing a few. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. But you see this command right here? Grab that, make sure you do Y over here. Yeah, and it's gonna fail. That's fine. So, okay, so real quick, right before you start the command to install, you want to enable 32-bit support. Run this command, it's in the description. And then you're also going to want to switch to your main user, and then you're going to run the command that you got from LinuxGSM. And it should download everything. It's this command. Add user. If you want to do that, you don't have to. Okay, we're jumping back a little bit, but as you can see right here, I have the 2 things that it needs, that it was giving me that error message before. And to do that, you're likely missing the multilib repository. So I'll show you, but see, we're still missing some stuff, so. But this is the command you would use to fix that discrepancy. Well, we gotta go back to Gab anyways. See it now? No. Okay, let me get it from my clipboard history. Hold up. Oh yeah, that's right. I typed it out. Did not. So you're gonna want to download multilib. You're gonna want to get this. I already have it. That's the command you're going to want to run. Install that. And then you should have these two right here. Just in case what that command you did to enable 32-bit support did not work, install this if it did not. See, I already have it installed, but if that did not work, like the architecture command, which is right here, if this command did not work for installing any of the packages, the package that ends with this for LinuxGSM, install that. It should work then. That do get a little annoying to install, so just make sure you have that, and you should be good. So now we're gonna run this. Press Y. Perfect. Now we're gonna go back to our other user. And then we're going to do MC server install. Now we got it. Everything should be green. And continue. Okay, so I don't really know how useful this is going to be because this is quite literally like a recent bug for LinuxGSM. So this very well might not apply to you, and if you don't get that weird JQ is not installed, whatever error when you go to do it, then follow these steps. So you're gonna go, you should have this, even though you didn't fully, nothing's fully installed. So we'll go into LGSM, and then we're gonna go into modules. So it should be, oops, my bad. So it should be this very end one, update _MC. It might be named slightly different. So we'll just do nano. So I've already done it, but right here, I'll just go ahead and copy it. Like right above here. It'll be like this little text where it's like, you know, it's telling you JQ is not installed, all of that. Delete it. Delete the whole thing. All the way where FI starts. Because that's how you close out of an if statement. So you need that gone as well. So then just this should be left behind. Then, no, I should not need to be doing that. I already did it. Okay. But yeah, once you do that and you go down, then it should, you see, it should be gone, and that's how you know you did it. And then I already ran this just to make sure it would work, but you go through the whole thing yet again, press Y, it'll install, yes. I say yes. This is an open source thing. Like, give them your statistics. You're not really doing anything with them. And then I also recommend going ahead and starting the server as well, just to make sure it'll run. Oh yeah, it's already running. And then you can do C to open up the console. Then boom. See, you just run it, and then it would start up a world like it is for me, and yada yada yada. Okay. And you do Control BD to get out of it. But yeah, we finally got it. So now we are going to go into server files, and then this whole thing, we are probably going to delete most of this, but not absolutely everything. So what we are wanting to grab is, this is when we are going to here. So we're going to look up Minecraft 1.21.4 Fabric. Go ahead and get Fabric. So Fabric is a lot easier than Forge. Not that it's any different. Okay, so Forge would be the same. You would just go down here, you would click the installer, download that. Same thing over here, we're going to do this. This is going to be useful. You can do this with the command, and then, but that's not like super important. So, execute jar, download that. And then we're going to go back to the terminal. And then you're going to switch over here. Downloads. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to do SCP Fabric. And then we're going to do vanilla MC server at 2.16.1.180. And then this should move everything over. So CD, ls, oops. Did I mess up on that? Hold on. What did I miss? Oh. I think I know. Yeah. There we go. That's the part that I was missing. You gotta specify where it goes. So you gotta make sure you add a semicolon, or not a semicolon, a colon, right here after the fucking IP, and then the thing. So now we go over here, ls, boom, we have Fabric down here. Then we're gonna move Fabric to server files. Go into server files. Gonna move this over real quick. Okay. So, this is going to be the exact same for Forge. So, now if you're wanting a specific version of Minecraft, so what you're going to want to do is, you see this Minecraft server.jar, this is always going to be the most recent version of Minecraft, okay? So that's what it'll always be. And if you're wanting wanting Forge 1.18, for example, delete this. Delete the server, Minecraft server.jar or _.jar, and whenever you run this installer, it should install the version of the Minecraft server.jar that you need for it. So I'm gonna do this java-jar, and we're gonna do Fabric. I'm gonna do -install capital S for server. It's very important. Then just run that. Perfect. Now we got server properties and all that good stuff. So now we are going to want to make a run script. Now it's pretty easy for Forge. I recommend, I'll put it in the description for what you need, because I don't remember it on the top of my head, and I'll likely end up doing a Forge server today, so I'll find it. But if you're having troubles finding one, you could just go to a mod pack and steal their start script. But yes, so give me one. Oh, tush. Yeah, that's the command. I'm retarded. Yep, there it is. Now it's right there. So we're gonna go into here, then we're gonna come back to Fabric right here. Fabric makes it a little easy. Launch commands right here. Very, very important for my Forge users. A lot of the time, this very end nogui is not there. If you do that, it'll crash no matter what on Linux, no matter what. No matter if you have a display manager or anything, it just can't run. So always, always, always put no GUI. Always put that. Very, very important. So we're just going to paste this in here. This is basically what you would do differently right here. This is your file for Fabric. So this would be dependent on, so if you had 1.18, make sure this is what it says. Fabric gives you the launch scripts on the website, so it should be relatively easy. And then over here, we're going to change the maximum RAM. For a vanilla server, you really don't need like more than 4, but I have like 80 gigabytes on this thing, so I'm going to do 8 just to have a little bit of extra. Okay, so now we got to do chmod plus x start server xsh. That should make it a script. Now we do this, see if it works. Loading 4 mods. Yep, I hear it. Oh, yeah. That's right. We've been forgetting to stop our thing for a while now, haven't we? Always good to stop your server whenever you're working on it. So we have to actually go into the server files for right now to do this. Obviously, I'll show you a better way of doing it. Just wanting to make sure the script works. So that's why we're doing it this way. Yep, our world is going. And yep, it's up. So now we can do exit. That should, or no, stop. That should stop the world. And that's that. Okay. So now, let me pull up the little guide. I will post this GitHub guide if you don't want to follow this video. I understand. It's a lot simpler to just read something through text, but some people do like the video. So we're going to go and do LinuxGSM ls into, I think, config. Yeah, if I remember right. No, default. Oh, yeah. We just go into here. Yeah. Okay, so if we do this, it's probably blank. Yeah. So we're going to do copy underscore default to MC server. And then if we do this, boom. So you're going to want to copy everything over. You, for the most part, can ignore like this. Like that's all going to be done through the start script we have, so none of that matters. You're going to go, well, actually you can do Control W and Nano in that search and just look up pre. Should be enough to find pre-execute. No, it's not enough. Pre-execute. Probably because I'm spelling it wrong. Oh, it's literally right in front of me. Okay, so pre-executable and executable, these two right here is what you're looking for. So, in this one, you are wanting to completely get rid of it. And then over here, this is where you're, so that right now it's launching the jar, but we want it to launch that script we just made. So we do server start.sh. And then we would just save that, enter. Now we do MC server st. Did I spell that wrong? Saving the server files ls. Oh, it's start servers. yeah. See, you gotta be very, very careful about that. Well, where am I? Config, and then it's MC server. Nano. I don't really use Vim because like I just rarely ever edit text files for me to like need to spend the effort to learn Vim. If I was a coder, like if I did coding, I probably would learn Vim,
but I don't like coding. So start server is what we did. You can name it run, you can name it whatever you can name it my smelly hairs. I don't fucking care. Just make sure it's the same. So now we can do the normal start script. And then we'll do this. And then we'll start getting our... Yep, it's going through, building the world. Boom, it's done. So that's basically it. There's one extra thing I'm gonna show real quick, just in case you're interested, is to set up a custom world. So if you have a world file you wanted to carry over to this, pretty easy to get going. There is a few other things that I recommend doing. So we're gonna go back into server files. Especially if this is like, you know, just a server for your friends. Okay, so I always enable flight just because, especially if you're running a mod pack, there's always something that just causes an issue when you get kicked for flying, so always do that. I want hard difficulty. So don't change the seed at all if you want to do a custom world. And then this is important, so you'll see in a bit, but the file for our world name needs to be right here. So if your file is SMP server, then for your world, then that's what this needs to be. So I'm looking for a few things. Hold on, let me open up something. Okay, so there's a, where is it? Yeah, so the MOTD, this is how you change that little like text thing that says. Can't remember what port that I used. I already had this shit port forward because, like I said, I'm rebuilding the server unit, so I don't really want to have to redo. I'm not showing port forwarding. It's completely dependent on the user, so if you've gotten this far to be able to install Linux, it's not hard to figure out port forwarding. Best way to figure it out is to just look up the model of your router. That's the easiest way, and just look up, like, maybe you can find a guide. Most of the time you probably won't, but yeah, down here as well, make sure the whitelist is true. Enable the whitelist if it's a private server. And another huge thing, in my opinion, is change the port from the default port. There is a weird amount of people that scan Minecraft servers and did a custom world. So I transferred the file from my PC over to the server files, and I don't have it anymore, but I had a zip file, and then do 7x 7-zip-x will keep all of the directories. So you want to make sure you have that X, and then whatever the fuck your file is, if you're doing what I'm doing. So make sure this is set to like rename the file if you have to world, unless you want to edit it in server properties. Then it should just work and run. So we can go over here actually. See, I'm already on it. Had to do some testing. Oh yeah, there was one other thing I forgot. So yeah. So go to, so you're actually gonna need to enable the, so I've already done it. So we do that. So you do allow, and then I do 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's what you would do to enable the port. Whatever port you chose to do, that's the port you got to enable through UFW. Remember, UFW is your firewall, and if it's not, you got to enable it. You should have done that in part 1, but if you did not, make sure you enable it. And then you just got to port forward and all that Yahoo. If you're doing you can do a local server, like you don't have to port forward. And then you gotta add whitelist, so you could do it through the terminal. You can also do it through this. You could turn it off and on through commands. Like you're not required to go through and edit the server properties file just to get whitelist on. So that's no issue there. So that's that. I'm going to, so the main reason why I'm saying I did this on Forge or Fabric is because we need performance mods. Performance mods. They make a huge difference. Get some. So you go to Modrith or CurseForge, and then on the side, make sure you select your mod loader, your mod version, and then down here, performance. And then same thing for Modrith. Oftentimes, Modrith has a better selection, so I end up using them just a bit more. And another good thing, data packs. Data packs are awesome. They are very worth using. Multiplayer sleep. Any version of Minecraft that doesn't have... After 1.19, there's a game rule that I'm going to put in the description. This GitHub pretty much shows... It doesn't show everything, but it does show like a good list of performance mods for whatever version. It'll give it for Fabric, and it'll do it for Forge, for NeoForge, and for Quilt. So I'm gonna list. This will be in the description, and you won't find everything. So that's why I'm saying you should also go and do this. Like I don't think Fahrenheit Core might be, or some of these might not be in there. Like, I know this one isn't Nocium, and this one's actually pretty good for world generation. Do recommend it. So yeah, that's basically it. The next part will be doing a mod pack. I'm not going to be repeating the steps in this video when it comes to creating a Forge server or a Fabric server. So you will need to rewatch this video to do that. You can make more than one user profile for LinuxGSM, so that's what we will be doing. Separate user profile for every single server. Please continue to do that. But okay, I did say I would give y'all a quick list. So this is currently here. Do this so it's a little bit easier for you to see. These are all the mods that I'm using on the vanilla server for solely performance, besides the sound remaster and the voice chat mod, wherever the fuck it is, right there, voice chat, and then also world edit, because I gotta fix some stuff in this world. But everything else is a performance mod that I highly recommend using. So one more thing, if you end up using the voice chat mod, it's over in here. You would do this. So this port right here, you need to port forward it, which I already did. Here. As you can see, got it right there. I don't know if I have the server up or not. So as far as I know, the server should run off of these. If not, the easiest way to be able to check if for like, you can't figure out, go to logs and then just look up the latest one. Like this will show you the most recent crash logs. So just look at that one. But yeah, it's up, and then as you can see, voice chat has started on this port. So, yep, that's it. I hope you enjoy.